Hello guys, we are here on page 29 and 30. We are going to make 29, 30 and 31. 29, 30 e 31, tá? We have here voices. What makes a movie a classic? Many people believe only old movies can be classics. Others think that some new movies are also classics. What do you think? Discuss with a classmate. Use the sentence below to help you make your point. Então, vocês acham que só filmes antigos são clássico ou os contemporâneos também podem ser um clássico, né? Let's see here. Then you have the sentence to make your point. A movie is a classic when people from all over the world watch it for many years. For example, I think Harry Potter can be said as a classic because it's worldwide famous and it's over and over and over generations. A classic is an old movie that people never forget, like Titanic, for example. It's a classic. For a movie to become a classic, it must have a memorable storyline that relates to people's feelings. Well, clássico do cinema onde se relaciona bastante aquele é Doce Novembro, né? Or something like this. O Menino do Pijama Listrado, that is historical too. Good actors and actresses can make a movie become a classic. Classic movies usually have lines that people can remember and even quote. That's true. Now, listen to the introduction of a TV show and complete the answers to the questions with one word. I'm gonna put here the transcription for you. You have to choose the best here to answer, okay? Let's go.
Track 7.
I'm Will Harris, and this is Will Chat to You, your favorite chat show on TV. People talk about classic movies, and everyone seems to think everyone else knows what they mean. Have you ever asked yourself what exactly a classic movie is? What makes a movie a classic? Tonight we'll talk to two movie directors, Dana Dickens and Ted Treadwell, who have directed a number of award-winning movies. They're going to shed some light on the matter and help us understand what the term classic might actually mean when describing a movie. Welcome, Dana and Ted.
Hello, Will.
Movie
it's great
directors,
to be here.
Right?
Hi, Will. Thanks for the invite.
So here, it's a chat show that is, in Portuguese, I don't know in Portuguese, talk show, like a talk show. What is the topic of the next part of the show? It's about classic movies. And Dana Dickens and Ted Treadwell, they are movie directors. In the sequence we have here, listen to the show, read the statements, and decide who gives these opinions. So write Diana, then you put a D, T for Ted, and B for both. Both é ambos, tá? Então vamos lá.
Track 8.
So you both know what our audience is curious to hear about, right? What would you say makes a movie a classic?
I guess I would start by saying that a movie becomes a classic when the whole world watches it for years and years. I mean, it's a movie your grandmother may have enjoyed as a young woman, then your mother, then you, and then even your children, wherever in the world you are from.
Yes. A classic movie is a popular movie from at least 25 years ago, which people still remember. And not only that, they might also want to watch it again and again once in a while.
Right, but what's in these movies that make them so memorable and so loved?
I believe it's basically the story. I mean, the plot. A good story is timeless. It can be played today and still hold up. Make people laugh or cry or think about an issue such as war and peace or relationships, etc., etc. You know, stories that are gripping and exciting, such as, for instance, the great classic from 1986, James Ivory's A Room with a View, with Maggie Smith and Helena Bonham Carter. The best thing about it, in my view, is the cast. Wonderful actors and actresses, all of them. And, of course, the stimulating characters. The actors' performances are most remarkable.
Do you think good acting can also make a movie memorable, then?
Oh, most definitely. Acting makes all the difference.
I agree entirely. A classic must have characters that people can relate to, which is exactly what happens in this movie. Characters must be all unique and different, but when the audience can see a bit of themselves in them, there's a great chance the movie will become a classic.
What about...
Oh, and quotes. I guess you could also say movies that provide everlasting quotes tend to become classics, as people will forever remember the scene where the line came from. For example, 99% of the people will know "I'll be back" from Terminator.
You're absolutely right. What about "May the Force be with you"? Who doesn't remember that from the first Star Wars movie?
I see. And I love it when a quote from a movie even makes its way into everyday speech. It just occurs to me that we often hear people saying, "Houston, we have a problem," just to announce something is not going well.
That's from Apollo 13, isn't it? Well, I'd never really considered that one a classic, but...
So now you do the exercise here. I'm going to show the correction in Apollo. So guys, here the correction of the exercise, okay? We have one more here. Listen to the end of the program and select the correct options. You can select more than one. So here, there are the options, okay? And you have to select. Pode selecionar mais do que tá? Tá dizendo ali. Então, vou botar aqui o áudio. Vamos lá, transcription and audio.
Track 9.
Okay, now, finally, let's consider the future. Which one movie would each of you say will become a classic in, say, 25 to 30 years? Ted?
Oh, I have no doubt Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind will be classic. I'd say it already is one. One of the reasons for that is the main characters, Joel and Clementine. I mean, they are extremely likable characters, especially Joel. This is obviously because of the screenplay, but also because of the talented actors playing the parts. Both Jim Carrey and Kate
Bateria do celular, só um pouquinho.
performances of their careers, making the characters very plausible, like one of us. And most important of all is the originality and creativity of the plot, which leads to some interesting themes on love, relationships, and technology. Definitely a future classic.
What about you, Dana? Which would be your classic of the future?
Well, the one that comes to my mind is definitely a classic already, although it isn't even 20 years old yet. The Matrix. The best elements in it are the amazing use of special effects, very innovative technology at the time, and the fascinating plot that makes one wonder what reality really is and how fragile human perception actually is.
Thank you very much, Dana and Ted, for your participation.
So, now, this is the movie that they are talking about. It's a really good one. Now you do the exercise. I'm going to show the correction. So, guys, these are the answers, okay, for the correction.